Here's how I would grow a YouTube channel this year and get to over 1 million subscribers. My name is Nathan and I've been doing YouTube for 12 years. I've grown 4 successful channels of my very own and 2 of them have over 10 million subscribers. And over the past 12 years, I've uploaded 5,000 videos. And if I was to reset at 0 one day, all the way from the beginning, this would be my strategy to grow again and get to 1 million subscribers and beyond. So pay attention, listen closely, and get your notepad ready. Here's how this video is gonna work. First, we're gonna cover the 5 chapters to make a video. Chapter 1 is ideas. Chapter 2 is goals. Chapter 3, thumbnails and titles. Chapter 4, filming. And chapter 5, editing your video. And after we cover those 5 very important chapters, I'm gonna give you 10 very crucial tips to grow your channel. And one important thing before we start, these strategies are for everyone. It doesn't matter what category of content you make, whether it's gaming content, cars content, daily vlogs. It could be you make videos about butterflies. These strategies that I'm gonna share are going to help you. And it also doesn't matter what platform you're making your videos on, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. All of these strategies will apply and help you grow. Chapter number 1, video ideas. This is where it all begins. The first thing you need to do is pick a category of content. I need to find a category I enjoy and a niche that I want to start making videos in. For this entire example, I am going to pick the niche of cars because I love cars and I love anything with an engine. So my category of content is cars or automobiles. The next step is to go on YouTube and look around. Since I am making videos about cars, I want to see all of my competitors. I want to see what type of videos they make, their personality, their styles of filming, how many views they get, everything. And what I would do is I would write down a couple reasons why I think people watch their videos. Here's Stradman, he's actually a good friend of mine, and the reason I think people like his videos is because they're very personal. Strad makes you feel like you are in the video with him, driving the car with him. Top Gear is a really big YouTube channel and TV show, and the production quality is super high quality. It feels like a TV show because it is, and I think that's one of the reasons people love watching it. We got the Hamilton collection. These guys are super funny, super entertaining, but they also have a crazy car collection, so that's probably a reason that people watch them. Then you have Shmee 150. I think people watch this guy for his expert opinion. He's been around for a really long time, and he knows so much about cars. Then I found this guy. His channel is Tarvash, and he rebuilds really expensive cars, really difficult projects, and I think people watch him because they want to know, can he actually rebuild this really expensive car? I recently found this channel called Throttle House, and I love these guys. They have very professional car reviews and really great opinions. So if you're looking to buy a new vehicle, you're probably gonna watch one of their videos. Then we got Jay Leno, an absolute legend, and he brings in an expert person with every car he reviews. If you don't know who Jay Leno is, he is a legend. He's been collecting cars ever since he was 15 years old, and a lot of his references are back to cars in the 80s, so he has a very respectable opinion when he's making a video. So now we got all these channels, we got all this inspiration, and we got a bunch of reasons of why we think people watch certain channels and certain people. The next step is to start generating your very own video ideas. I want you to think of your video ideas as a tree, and as you grow your channel, you will add more branches to your tree and more ideas. If you think about it, there is so many things you can do with cars. There's so many branches I can add to my tree. Here's all the ideas I could think of for my new car channel. We have car reviews, car races, future cars, car news and updates, buying cars, rebuilding cars. You also have different types of cars. We have trucks, supercars, muscle cars, old cars. You even have RC cars. We also have different types of cars for different purposes, like drag racing, track racing, drifting. So all of these can be the branches of our tree that can slowly lead into hundreds of ideas. Check this out. Let's say we start with the branch of car races. Well, what could that branch into? We could start racing normal cars like Hondas and Toyotas. Then we could evolve into faster cars like Mustangs and Corvettes. And then we could race supercars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. And then evolve into racing trucks, then racing drag cars like Top Fuel dragsters, funny cars, drag bikes. And it can go even further into racing weird, fast things like drones or RC cars. And then you could evolve it into challenges like who can build the fastest drag car for $3,000. Or challenges like giving strangers a ride in your super fast car. Then it could evolve into the branch of reviewing the world's fastest cars. And then it could evolve to restoring and rebuilding some of the fastest cars. The idea here is YouTube video ideas. The concept here is thinking of video ideas is just like a tree growing. And as the tree grows, as you upload more and more videos, more branches are going to sprout off of your tree. For example, I built a tree of ideas out of Legos. When I was a kid, I loved Legos and I would build anything my mind could think of. Here's my first Lego video on YouTube. And then it evolved to me making Lego mazes, Lego bridges, a Lego house, a life-size Lego house, filling my Lego house with Orbeez and slime, building a mini 3-story Lego house, last to leave the 3-story Lego house, a Lego tank, 24-hour Lego tank survival, Lego bunker, Lego boat, Lego desert house, 100 layers of Legos, cat Lego house, Lego restaurant, and even more. You see how one idea can expand into 20, 30, 50 different ideas? The next step to taking these ideas and putting them into reality is picking ideas that you have access to. As you make more and more videos, you can get more access to certain things. For example, I have a good friend of mine and his name is Patrick, and he started his car page by just covering the news on cars. He didn't have access to crazy supercars that he could drive. He simply sat in his room and made news on cars. But as he built a following and got involved in the car community, he started forming relationships with people like me and other guys that own nice cars, and he was able to make videos reviewing them. It's the same way with my YouTube journey. When I started, I didn't have access to a giant Lego house, an island house, boats, and all these crazy vehicles. I just started with a laptop in my room making gaming videos. That's it. But as I built my channel, grew it and scaled and got more money and gained more resources, I could make better videos. So as you build your tree of video ideas, pick the ideas that you have access to. Pick the ideas that you can start with today and slowly work to level up and get to those bigger ideas on your idea tree. Now we move on to chapter 2, goals. This is after you think of your video idea. What are you actually going to do inside your video? What is your goal you're trying to accomplish? And I like to think of a goal as a restaurant that serves the audience. Some people make their video goal easy, like a takeout pizza, and other videos are like a 5-course meal. So as I move into picking my ideas, I need to identify what my goal of my video is. And the most easy goal to accomplish is what you are doing in your video idea. So if I'm chefing up a video and my video idea is to showcase or review the newest and greatest phone that just hit the market, then my goal, what I am doing inside the video, is showcasing all of those features, the new features, all the things that people care about. And after I'm done showcasing all the features, my goal is accomplished and the video is over. When I'm thinking about my goal, I'm thinking about my audience for the type of idea I am making. If we go back to our ideas about cars, if I'm filming a video about a drag race, then maybe we could pull some problems into the video, make it more intense, and maybe put some money on the line if someone loses. If I'm filming a video where I am reviewing a car, maybe I can tell the audience, hey guys, I'm going to review this car and show you all of the features. And at the end of the video, I want to show you 5 things that no one knows about this car. That would be a pretty good goal for your video. If my video idea is to rebuild a car that was in a crash, then I might focus deeply on problems in the video, and that would be my goal, because rebuilding a car is very difficult, and I want to share with the audience the problems and how I think of the solutions and put this car back together. Chapter 3, thumbnails and titles. This is just a reflection of your video idea. The title of your video is your video idea. If I'm unboxing a brand new phone, then my title would be unboxing the new phone. If I'm building a tank out of Legos, then the title of my video would be I built a Lego tank. If I'm showcasing the new Minecraft update, then the title of my video would be the Minecraft update. If I'm doing a drag race between a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, then my title of the video would be the two cars versus each other. The title of your video is what you are doing in the video, kind of similar to the goal. Plus, you can also add your niche to the video. Minecraft 1.20 update. My niche is Minecraft, and what I'm doing is showcasing that new update. And that together forms my video idea. Now we move over to thumbnails. Now these are a lot more complex. They are basically your video idea in a picture form. So if my video idea is to build that Lego tank, then what is the best way I can show that in a picture? I'll give you my 3 biggest tips on thumbnails, but we also get super in depth for hours about this in the Blueprint University program. But the first tip is simple. A simple thumbnail means you only have 3 elements, and each element you can understand in 1 second. There is millions of videos for viewers to click on, and people skim over videos super quickly. So if you have a simple, eye-catching thumbnail, then it has the opportunity to stand out. Tip number 2, make it realistic. A real picture from the video. I always like to say the more realistic your thumbnail is, the more believable your thumbnail is. Last year, I posted one of my most viral videos, turning my house into a trampoline park. And that thumbnail is a real picture from the video. In fact, when you click on the video, within the first second, you see the real thumbnail in action. And tip number 3, authentic. People want what they click for, so make sure you deliver on that. Just like what I said with the turning my house into a trampoline park, people know when they click on that video, they want to see my house actually turned into a trampoline park. So make sure your video title, your video thumbnail is authentic with your video idea. Chapter 4, filming your video and your personality. Now, this totally depends on 2 factors. Number 1, your video idea. Certain video ideas need a certain way to be filmed. And number 2, your audience. The way you film your video, the way you act in your video is totally dependent on what your audience actually wants. If I'm filming a video where I'm drag racing 2 cars, I might have more excitement, more energy, and be more intense when I'm filming the video. However, if I'm reviewing the newest car that just came out, I might go for a more laid back approach. I don't really need to get super intense and have all this high energy when I'm just showing off the windows and the doors and the radio and the AC. My biggest tip for you to get good at filming your videos and your personality is all about repetition. Making hundreds of videos. It's impossible to be great on your first video. I mean, listen to my first video.
Alright, what is up guys, it is Unspeakable Gaming, and today we have a mod showcase. And before I get started on this, I want to say that this is my very first mod showcase video, and if you like me doing these mod showcase videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment telling me if I should do more or if I should just quit and go die in a hole.
But as you create more and more videos, you slowly get better. Do you think Tom Brady was incredible at throwing touchdowns on his first ever football game? Absolutely not. Repetition, filming tons of videos, your filming style, your personality, everything will improve. If you compare my first video to a video 4 years later, everything has changed. The reality is everything that is bothering you right now, everything you're not good at, I want you to put the word yet at the end of it. If your personality is not good, it's not good yet. If your filming style is not good, it's not good yet. If you're not good at thinking of video ideas, that's okay, but you're not good yet. Your filming and your personality, that's my biggest and my most important tip, is repetition. The only way you're gonna get good at filming videos is by filming hundreds of videos. But we also talk about this for 2+ hours, broken up into 3 levels of difficulty inside of Blueprint University. And chapter number 5, after you film your video, you have to edit it. Here's some of my tips on editing. Just like filming your video, editing your video, the editing style of your video totally depends on the video idea you pick. If you're editing a drag racing video, then I might go for a more intense, fast and furious editing style. But if I'm editing a car review video, I might go for a more laid back approach with soft music to fit that style. Just like filming your videos, my biggest tip for editing is repetition. The more you edit, the better you get. Getting good at editing your videos is no different than playing a musical instrument. Some of these editing softwares can be extremely confusing. There's a lot of buttons to learn, and the only way to learn all these buttons is by playing hundreds of songs. When I started editing my first couple videos, I used a program called Microsoft Movie Maker, and that program was so bad that they actually had to discontinue it. My first 10 to 20 videos actually had 0 editing. Whenever I stopped recording, that's when the video ended. And then I started just cutting up my videos. I would just cut out the boring parts, or if I repeat myself. Then I would slowly get a little more creative with cutting my footage in different ways, adding music, adding sound effects, and tons of other things. But I learned all of that through repetition. If you're looking for an editing software, I highly recommend using CapCut because it's completely free. It does everything that you need to do, and you can also use it on your computer and your phone or your tablet. But if you're a little more advanced, I highly recommend upgrading to Adobe Premiere, which is what we use to edit all of our videos today. 10 major tips on how to grow. We covered all the chapters, but how do you actually grow? What do you focus on to grow your audience? The first thing is, oh, hold on, it's coming back up. Audience. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but I would focus deeply on my audience. The thing is the difference from most creators is that most creators, when they make a video, and I used to do this when I was growing my channel, I would think, what am I going to get out of this video? How many views am I gonna get? How many subscribers am I going to get from making this video? But now that's not how I think. Instead, I think, how can I make the audience feel in this video? How can I make the audience want to share this video with a friend? How can I put emotion into this video so I can form a connection? The thing is I don't think about me at all when I'm making a video, and that's the difference. Most people don't grow as a creator because they're selfish. You have to think of your audience because the numbers on your dashboard, in your analytics, are actual humans. Which brings me to my next tip. Hopefully it doesn't fall again. Involved. I would get myself very involved in the community. If I'm making a channel about cars, I would be going to shows, going to events, meeting car owners, making friends and relationships in the community of the content I'm trying to make. Because if I can get access to certain things or exclusive cars, then I can make better videos. You need to surround yourself in the industry that you're making videos in. When I started growing my first channel, it was a Minecraft gaming channel, and I was not only making videos and watching tons of other creators in the space, but I was going to gaming conventions, gaming events, and trying to connect with everyone in the community. And that's actually how I met 2 of my best friends that are still friends today, Shark and Moose. I met both of these guys at a convention called the GameCon in Galveston, Texas, and we became great friends but we also filmed hundreds of videos together and leveraged each other's audiences to grow together. I started to understand that I have to get very involved. This is now going to consume my life. It's my full-time mission. Getting to 1 million subscribers is not going to be easy, but that's okay, because if it was easy, then it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be valuable. If everyone had 1 million subscribers, then 1 million subscribers wouldn't be special. The next thing I would focus on, number 3, to grow my channel would be ideas. I would be focusing on making 10 to 20 slightly different versions of videos that you think have great ideas. After uploading 570 videos, my first ever video to hit 1 million views was top 20 Minecraft mods. But here's the thing, I made 23 versions of this video before it actually went viral. And after it went viral, I made 200 more top 10 and top 20 Minecraft videos. I believe that you probably have a viral video on your channel. You just need to create it 23 different ways in order for it to grow. I would be focusing on also how to create very different ideas to stand out from the crowd, using leverage, using the 1 + 1 = 2 model, using unfamiliar to make familiar ideas. These are all things we talk about in the Blueprint University program. And of course, if you're interested, check the link in the top of the description. And that brings me to my next point, number 4, strategy. If I was growing my channel, I would be putting all my focus into long form videos. And then I would clip my long form videos and upload them as shorts. Why? Because long form dominates on YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, you can grow an incredible audience through short form content or long form, but long form is where you can build real connections. Long form is where you can make all the money. And if I'm starting a car channel, I don't want to watch a 60-second review of a car I'm about to spend a lot of money on. I want to watch a full 20 or 30-minute review so I can know all the details about this car. Nowadays, when people are growing, we gotta make a long form video that's 15 minutes, and then we gotta cut it into 17 different YouTube shorts, and then blast it across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and then we gotta go live after on Twitch. You're spreading yourself too thin. Look, in reality, it's already hard enough to be a creator, and when you spread yourself too thin across multiple platforms, you're only making it more difficult. So pick one place to run your business. And of course, I recommend doing YouTube because it's the biggest platform, it's owned by Google, which runs the internet, and it also pays the best. So I would focus just on YouTube, and I would focus mainly on long form and do a little bit of shorts on the side. Which brings me to tip number 5, analytics. Now, your YouTube analytics are hard to look at when you first start growing your channel. Your numbers, your charts, and everything is all over the place, and it doesn't make sense because you don't really have an audience. However, once your channel starts to build an audience, your analytics will be very useful for you to learn from. YouTube gives you all the data of how long people watch, if people click, and where people come from to watch your video. All of this data is in your analytics tab. However, some of the most important analytics can actually be found outside your analytics tab. Your data does not stop at your YouTube dashboard. It goes beyond that. I focus on collecting tons of data by finding trends on different platforms, data from other creators, and data from other categories of content. Your analytics tab is just one place that you can learn from, but it's not the only place. So don't forget that. Most of my biggest discoveries and lessons were actually learned outside of the analytics tab in places like video comments, researching movies, and pulling inspiration from other creators. Which brings me to my next tip, number 6. Strengths. By now, you should understand that becoming a great content creator is all about connecting with an audience. And in order to connect with an audience, you must know how to communicate and understand that audience. And in order to do that, you need to stay within your strength zone and build on those strengths. Viewers on YouTube, viewers anywhere across the world begin to like someone because they fully lean into their strengths. People like watching Dude Perfect because they are professional trick shotters. They have leaned into their strength. People like watching Mark Rober because he is a professional engineer and builds really unique things. People like watching my channel Unspeakable because we're a professional at inventing unique creative ideas, and we're also super funny. At least, I think we are. People like watching MKBHD because he's a professional at making tech videos. Once you build on your strengths, you begin to build factors that make yourself different, and that is the reason people watch you. Your strengths become your identity, your brand, and what you're known for. And that brings me to my next tip, number 7. This one is super important. Over deliver. A big thing I would focus on is over delivering to my audience so they remember me. Getting people to click on your video is hard. Getting people to watch your video is hard, but getting people to come back to your next video is even harder. But that's how you build audience. That's how you build momentum. And that is exactly how you're gonna get to 1 million subscribers, is getting your viewers to come back. And the best way to do that is to over deliver to your audience. You should be surprising them, shocking them, make them say wow, and they'll have a chance to remember you. Over delivering means giving your audience 5 times more than what they clicked for. If they clicked for one cute cat, then give them 5 times the amount of cats. You can over deliver with emotions, story, and amounts. And then we got number 8. This one is a little different, but it's reality. One of the important things I learned as a creator is the reality is the world doesn't care what's fair and what's easy. It doesn't matter how much you complain about it, cry about it, or what you think is right or wrong. The only thing that matters when you're a creator is the results you produce. Everything is just not fair, and that's how life is. We have to understand this and accept this because it will make the hard times easier. I didn't understand this until I made a couple hundred videos, but once I did, it allowed YouTube to actually be easier than me. It allowed me to not get upset about the things or frustrated about the people that got more views than me, even though I knew my videos were better. Instead, I just accepted it and told myself the only thing I can do is get better at making videos. That is really your only option. I can either make better videos or I can quit and complain about it, question it, be confused about it, think the world isn't fair. What is that gonna do for you? At the end of the day, this is just reality. Your channel is either worth watching or it's not. And even if your channel is worth watching, you still have to pump out hundreds and hundreds of videos to build an audience of people that want to watch you. We have to teach ourselves the rules of reality, not the rules we wish the game had. Which brings me to my next point, number 9. This might be one of the most important ones. Your last video. The best teacher, the best coach you can have is the marketplace itself. When I was growing my channel, I got busy making videos. That was my mission. I knew that if I keep making videos, I can keep learning and keep improving. Stop looking at other creators. Stop watching videos like this and start creating. Get busy publishing, learning, then publishing, learning, publishing, learning. That's all I did when I was growing my channel. And the thing you want to do here is make your last video your competition to beat. Make your next video at least 1% better. If you're improving, you're growing. Trust me, even if your numbers aren't growing on your dashboard, you are growing if you're improving and making your last video your competition. You're putting yourself in a position to be a better creator, and eventually your videos will be worth watching. YouTube is pretty simple. You just make it complex because you upload some videos and they don't work, and then you start diving into a ton of issues like, what if it's my thumbnail? Or what if it's my editing? Or what if it's my personality? When in reality, you just need to make your last video your competition and continue to improve for years and years and stay in one niche, one category and one audience. And if you do that, the views will come to you. And that brings me to my last tip to wrap this up. There is only 3 rules on YouTube. Number 10, the 3 rules. Rule number 1, the viewer clicks on your video. This is your video idea, your thumbnail, and your title. Rule number 2, the viewer watches your video. This is your video goal, your filming, your personality, and your editing. And rule number 3, the viewer comes back to your next video. This all depends on how well you accomplished everything above. Pumping out hundreds of videos, improving, seeing what sticks, evolving, that is the formula to success on YouTube. Easy to understand these 3 rules, but difficult to achieve. These 3 rules are the foundation of what I've created at Blueprint University. I've taken the 12 years of experience and the 5,000 videos that I've made, the viral ones, the failures, all of my knowledge, and combined it into the 6 chapters based on these 3 rules. And with 3 levels of difficulty, over 1,000 graphics inside, and 10 hours of learning information on how to be a creator. There is simply no better program for you to learn from. My mission for developing Blueprint University was to build the best program in the world for you to learn how to be a creator for the best price. And we took the E out of Blueprint because it's not for everyone. It's only for the people that really want to learn how to be a creator, make a difference in the world, and hopefully one day build an empire of a YouTube channel. Blueprint University is real advice, real strategies that I used for years, not just a theory. So if you're interested in Blueprint University, go over to blueprintuniversity.com and you can sign up today. There's also a link in the top of the description.